Yes. This recording is going to be fucking wank. You're seeing that on your screen, you're thinking, okay, why is a guy in an Actec and a Ralph Lauren beanie telling me why I'm going to fail? Listen to me or don't listen to me, I do look like I've just stepped out of a counsellor state, so I'm not too bothered. But this video is going to explain to you how to prevent you from actually failing, not lead you closer to failing, which is pretty much what you're already doing anyway. So why do most people fail? Most people fail because they just can't hack it. It's that simple. To put it really simply, they can't hack it. This is you here, you probably can't hack it. That's why you're more likely to give up. Getting a little bit deeper into it, over here we have the emotional cycle of change. So what this is it's the stages and emotions that you will go through when you do something new, something that you've never done before. For example, you find a new business model, and then that business model looks really nice and shiny. This is what we call shiny object syndrome. And you jump headfirst into it thinking this is going to be my next get rich quick scheme, and you're going to get really rich off this. But you're not, because you don't understand this cycle. So stage one is the uninformed optimism, and that's basically what I just described there. And then quickly after maybe a week, you fall really flat into stage two, to uninformed pessimism. And what that is because you're not informed about how to deal with the problems that you face within that business model, you're now pessimistic towards it. So it will take you slowly down to stage 3, and that would be the valley of despair, which is where most people quit. That's where most people restart and they find something else to cling on, and they'll go from stages 1 to 3 again. This only happens if you do something I'll cover in a minute. If you have these 3 values I like to call Lee. However, if you somehow manage to get out the valley of despair, well done, you're making it out. Now you're at stage 4, and that's informed optimism. So now you have gone through the trenches, you've gone through that tunnel and it's deep and dark, you're starting to see the light now, because you've learned from the mistakes that you've made, and you're learning how to do things correctly. Stage 5, really easy, is the success and fulfillment. This is where it all pays off. I will add though, a lot of the times in business you'll always go through these stages. You'll always go through these emotions regardless, because the way I like to think about it is business is like a level system. So it'll have this. So each level you will have to go through this emotional cycle of change again. And then the next level you'll have to do it the same. And it's just about sticking it out, because not every day is going to be a good day when you're trying to make money. And that's the sad reality of it. So if I go down a little bit here now, you'll see Lee. This is what I was talking about a bit earlier. And that means laziness, ego and arrogance. So the emotional cycle of change, the only reason people ever quit at stage 3, which is the valley of despair, is because they have one of these qualities right here, which is laziness, ego and arrogance. These are the 3 biggest killers of success. So laziness, without taking action you can't see success. So therefore you need to take action instead of just thinking it's going to come to you because you have some kind of mentality. Ego, your ego will make or break you. Obviously it's great to have self-belief, but you need to understand where that's going to become essentially arrogance. So these kind of tie in hand, ego and arrogance, because if you're too arrogant you're not going to be willing to learn, and you're going to think you're correct all the time when in reality someone else might be correct. You just don't want to hear what they have to say. So these two do play a big factor into each other. These, I've found, for people without the laziness, you'll always have struggle with ego and arrogance, because when you don't have laziness, now you start to think, okay, well I'm doing the action, so look at me, I'm all big and bold, innit? So you're going to have this kind of ego about you where, oh, I'm better than everyone, when in reality you're not better than anyone because you're not important. But that's a topic for a different time. So the reason a lot of people fail is just because of this, really, and obviously the emotional cycle of change. And at stage 3, they often give in to laziness, ego and arrogance. So they don't learn, they don't improve, they can't have the informed optimism because they're not willing to learn, and they're too lazy to actually get up and go and learn stuff. So it's all about how adaptable you can be. There's this one quote that I remember for the whole of my life, and that is, fluidity is the way to life, fixation is the way to death. This quote is a quote by Miyamoto Musashi. He was an amazing warrior back in Japan, ancient Japan. He was a very, very good samurai. He won hundreds of fights. Very, very interesting guy. I definitely recommend going to research him. I actually found this out because one of my friends has this on his arm, and I thought it's so facts. Fixation is the way to death. When you get too fixed on something, you're not adaptable, you end up failing. So stage 3, Valley of Despair, if you're not fluid and you can't learn and you're really fixed to one thing, then you're never going to get out of it. Fixation is the way to death. Fluidity is the way to life. It's not difficult, just remember that. I just wanted to go over some shit and just at least put something out there. This is the reason why a lot of people fail. To be honest, the best solution for this would be, number 1, just stop being lazy. That's pretty self-explanatory. Number 2 is to always reflect upon your own actions. The reason I say reflect upon your own actions is because a lot of people fail because they fail to take accountability for the things that they need to take accountability for. And that's why they fail a lot of the time, because the ego gets in the way and they want to blame somebody else. Take action. But I'm going to add another thing to this right now, and that action that you take needs to be action that will help you and propel you to success. So take action doesn't mean watch a YouTube video for the whole day about how to do something. It means try to do it and fail, because failure is the fastest way to success. You know what works and what doesn't work now, and that's going to be a massive... Look, success is built on how fast you can fail, and the faster you can fail, the faster you can see success. So what I'm getting at here is just fail. It doesn't matter if it works out. Maybe these videos don't work out, although to be fair, they're for my kids to see. But kids, maybe these videos don't work out. Maybe YouTube gets taken down and I failed, but I've still gained knowledge. Does that make sense? I've still put something out there for the world to see, regardless of if it's you guys or somebody else that might benefit from this. So it's a win-win either way. You just got to take action. Imagine thinking all the time, so I really want to make YouTube videos, and that's all you do, and maybe you do a bit of research on it as well. You think, oh, how do I make the best thumbnails? What does it matter? Because you're not actually doing it. It doesn't matter. All that work is for fucking nothing. It's not even work, it's just proper laziness. But anyway, I'm going to conclude it here. This is why most people fail in life. I hope you guys don't fail in life. I believe in you kids, and I believe in everyone who's watching this. So if you just listen to my advice and just keep sticking at it, then there's no way you can fail. Throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. That's the fastest way to be successful.